This is the second reading, chapter 9, the ministry of healing. When Christ sent forth the disciples with the gospel message, faith in God and his word had well nigh departed from the world. Among the Jewish people who professed to have a knowledge of Jehovah, his word had been set aside for tradition and human speculation. Selfish ambition, love of ostentation, greed of gain, absorbed men's thoughts. As reverence for God departed, so also departed compassion towards men. Selfishness was the ruling principle, and Satan worked his will in the misery and degradation of mankind. Satanic agencies took possession of men. The bodies of human beings made for the dwelling place of God became the habitation of demons. The senses, the nerves, the organs of men were worked by supernatural agencies in the indulgence of the vilest lust. The very stamp of demons was impressed upon the countenances of men. Human faces reflected the expression of the legions of evil with which men were possessed. What is the condition in the world today? Is not faith in the Bible as effectually destroyed by the highest criticism and speculation of today as it was by tradition and rabbinism in the days of Christ? Have not greed and ambition and love of pleasure as strong a hold on men's hearts now as they had then? In the professedly Christian world, even in the professed churches of Christ, how few are governed by the Christian principles. In business, social, domestic, even religious circles, how few make the teachings of Christ the rule of daily living. Is it not true that justice standeth afar off, equity cannot enter, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey? Isaiah 59:14-15. We are living in the midst of an epidemic of crime at which thoughtful, God-fearing men everywhere stand aghast. I wonder what Ellen G. White would have said if she lived today. How far things has gone backwards now. It is a nightmare. The corruption that prevails, it is beyond the power of the human pen to describe. Every day brings fresh revelations of political strife, bribery and fraud. And at the time I'm reading this, it's the 13th of March 2026. We are in the middle of this allegedly war in Iran, between Iran, USA and Israel, and all this politics around the oil. I don't want to say too much about it, but the political strife and bribery and fraud is so evident today that you cannot possibly miss it. And the chaos surrounding all of this is definitely not from God. God might use Israel as an example, as he said he would, that would be destroyed by their enemy Iran, because Israel has not walked according to God's principles. So it might as well happen. I don't know. There's a lot of fake AI videos going around. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and there's definitely a lot of fraud with this oil trade going on at the moment. So we are definitely living in the end times, and you can see everywhere the degradation and the backwards movement of the total moral atmosphere in the world. Every day brings its heart-sickening record of violence and lawlessness, of indifference to human suffering, of brutal, fiendish destruction of human life. If you look at what happened to Gaza, and I also have a lot of questions with Gaza, I don't want to make solid or give solid opinions, but how indifferent the world has become to absolute cruelty, whether it's perceived or real. It's just mind-blowing. You cannot believe that the world has become so cruel. every day testifies to the increase of insanity, murder, and suicide. Who can doubt that satanic agencies are at work among men with increasing activity to distract and corrupt the mind and defile and destroy the body? The books that I write, Strange Blood, those two books, the first one and the second one, is all about mind control and how evil is trying to corrupt your mind. It's absolute what the game is all about. It's a competition to win over your mind for evil. And you cannot have a healthy mind if you do not have a healthy body. I'm going to do the third reading, chapter 9, Ellen G. White.